Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for One Piece chapter 948. So to start off, the pretty much end of the chapter, it gives us one of those blank, miss it author's notes that the manga is going on hiatus next week, and it's one of those notices where it's gonna be on break for. I'm assuming it's only gonna be on break for only for 1 week, but. But at the same time, unlike previous authors' notes, or they specifically say that pretty much of when the manga is returning. In this case, it didn't. It didn't say specifically as to when the manga is returning. So 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 like unless it might be a situation where we're looking at a holiday hiatus probably, but I assume that we won't know that for sure we won't know that for sure until we read like Hero Aka and any other Shonen Jump manga in order to give us the same notice. So yeah, it's a thing where I don't where as of right now, I think we should assume for right now, I think we should assume it's probably going to be on break for. It might be on break for possibly longer than a week, but who knows? It might. Yeah. So yeah, for now we might want to assume that One Piece is going to be on break for. It might be on break for a little bit longer than a week at the very least. But yeah, which either way, I'm completely fine with. Oda needs his break. Either way, Oda needs a break. He needs a rest. Like, just let the man recharge his juices, his creative juices, and then I find that whenever Oda takes a break and comes back, he comes back full force and whatnot. Although it's questionable as to whether or not even when he's on a break, he's actually taking a break. Because he seems to just be nonstop, even when he's not on break, even when he's on break. But yeah. Now onto the chapter itself, and one thing I really liked about this chapter is how from the pretty much very beginning of the chapter, we're very easily reminded how the prisoners of Wano have been so easily been beaten down both physically and emotionally. Have been beaten down so physically and emotionally by pretty much Kaido and the current government of Wano that's being led by pretty much Orochi, where it's gotten worse to the point where one simple order from pretty much Kaido's men can pretty much cause every single one of those prisoners to, in order to obey a simple command without question, as we see when one of Kaido's men pretty much orders the prisoners to, in order to restrain Luffy. Like, just they've been just so emotionally and physically beaten down that they just had no will to. That we see that they literally have no will of their own in order to fight back, and I like how the chapter had definitely kept it was constantly building on that hopelessness right up until that one perfect moment where we get the official introduction of Kawamatsu, and he explodes onto the scene, and then from there. And then from there, after Kawamatsu is officially introduced, it's from there where we actually start to feel this sense of hope, this sense of hope, and it all culminates in that final hero shot of Luffy, Kawamatsu, and Raizo, and basically and Grandpa Hyo and Kiku all coming together and kind of. And in this rallying group of in a rallying cry almost of sorts. So, and yeah, it's just in general, this is one of those chapters where that chapters that generally when you first read it, like I just explained, it gives you like this heroic feeling that whatever happens from here. That we're definitely gonna start seeing. we're gonna start seeing events kind of shift a little more towards the Straw Hats and their allies. Like it's obviously Kaido and his men aren't gonna go down easily. But this particular chapter, it just gave us hope that pretty much things are gonna start changing, and that Kaido and his men aren't gonna have as basically easy of a time as they've had in the past. Like pretty much from here, I can see the Beast Pirates easy streak being pretty much just pretty much just pretty much not pretty much as basically easy as they've had it up to this point. Like I think we are gonna start to see like Luffy and his allies actually start putting in work and actually start causing trouble for. For the Beast Pirates, Kaido, and Orochi and his government right now. So, yeah, I'm really excited. Like this whole chapter just gave me it just gave me this just from such that sense of hope now. And like as we see in this chapter, it was a very brief panel, but we basically see that pretty much the prison that with this rallying cry that Luffy and his allies have kind of them gathering together. It definitely there's a simple panel where we see the prisoners. It's very small, but you can see that they're starting to gain a little bit of their fire. A little bit of their fire too. So I'm curious to see as to where that from a small spark of hope is gonna how that small spark of hope is gonna explode into basically a complete inferno in terms of all the prisoners and what they're gonna do now. And yeah, as the title said, it was basically Kawamatsu who basically stole the spotlight in this chapter. As we learn, he's both a samurai and a sumo wrestler. Like he's a samurai and a sumo wrestler, and I gotta admit, I do think it's pretty clever. It's pretty clever in order to combine both swordsmanship and basically sumo into basically one pretty much fighting style. But at the same time, it kind of raises more than a few questions. Like, what exactly is the extent of basically pretty much Kawamatsu's abilities? Because I find it strange that a Kappa, who's essentially a river demon, would have been captured so easily, but even more so, one that's also been trained in the sword and sumo. So, yeah, it's kind of one of those things for me where I definitely need at least. What I need from Kawamatsu now is I almost want to see his his pretty much side of the story when it comes to what exactly happened 13 years ago, because obviously we pretty much see that Kawamatsu has a lot of regret, and has just from his dialogue in this chapter we see he has a little bit of regret and a little bit of baggage hanging over him. So I'm curious to see what. If I hope we get it. I don't know if we will, but if we do, I'm curious to see what exactly his perspective on everything was, because the one thing I want to know for sure is how exactly he was how he was captured. I mean, I guess the natural assumption route is that he was overpowered, but still, I want details on this. Like how exactly someone like him was captured for sure. But other than that, though, in this one chapter, like Kawamatsu, he's already cemented himself as a proven badass, and yeah, overall, just one thing I want you to take away from what I'm talking about Kawamatsu is I want to see more of what Kawamatsu can do. I want to see more of his abilities as this pretty much sumo swordsman, and whether or not he incorporates the fact that he's a kappa, more the fact that he's a kappa into this particular fighting style he has for sure. Like I want to see what exactly his pretty much fighting style, everything that his fighting style incorporates, like whether or not he's actually got some, whether or not he combines his water powers into his swordsmanship, or what if he's got water powers and he combines them into his swordsmanship or not? Because just just to kind of say this outright, that pretty much one that one panel where we see him slicing through all of Kaido's men, like, and that like little circular like thing, that pretty much isn't water. That isn't water from what I know. Apparently it's just kind of a backdraft. So yeah, that was just a basic sword technique. But yeah, I want to know more as to what Kawamatsu's abilities are. Um, what kind of abilities as a sumo swordsman he has. Also, yeah, I don't want to forget about this part at all. But apparently we basically get the reveal that Kiku has been a man this entire time, and his real name is basically is from Kiku Nojo, and I know it was one of those things where it's kind of a situation in one of those things where Kiku Nojo disguising himself as Kiku was kind of a way in order for him to keep a low profile. But that one line of him about having a woman's heart tells me he's developed his own Okama soul, if he didn't already. Like, I think him, if he didn't already, I think him kind of just disguising himself as a woman, it kind of gave him a little bit of basically that basically Okama soul, to a bit of an Okama soul. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna go all that far with that one line, but yeah, I'd be curious if they did kind of make it just a slight running gag every once in a while. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, all I'm saying is I just kind of laughed. I just laughed a lot more than I probably should have at that one line. Like, it was just the implications are just really really funny. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like. Also before I forget, one thing I will say too is that is that again, like, Oda's been throwing me for a loop, and it didn't. Oda's been throwing. One thing I will say too is that Oda's been throwing me for a loop, and the whole thing with how I thought it would go with basically with Luffy and the elephant guy fighting. It didn't go at all the way I thought it would. So yeah, I wonder if what Oda's doing is he's basically saving any possibility of pretty much of basically Luffy of Luffy like pretty much mastering this technique for. I wonder if he's saving it for in order for the match with in order for the I guess his rematch with Kaido, or if he's gonna unlock it here. I think either way he's probably gonna unlock it here, but I don't know if it's gonna be strictly against the elephant guy. But yeah, it's either here or in the rematch with Kaido where he's gonna unlock it. That much I know for sure. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Twitter, Facebook, AniList, or Crunchyroll. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.